Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and if you're new here, which most likely most of you are, welcome. This video is going to be about why loneliness in this generation or this world right now is so messed up, and it can be a really difficult time for a lot of people. So the problem with being lonely in this generation is there's so many things to kind of be lonely on. Like, you can be lonely on social media, you can be lonely with your family, you can be lonely with your friends, you can be lonely in general. And a lot of people find things to replace that, such as maybe smoking something, or maybe watching brain rot, maybe scrolling through Instagram Reels, scrolling through TikTok, whatever it may be. There's a lot of things that people do to to kind of cope with it, kind of to cope with loneliness, and to it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people, and it's something that's not really talked about too much in this generation, because honestly, like, if it's like corporational stuff, like, a lot of them don't really want to talk about personal things. But content creators are a really good way to do it, because I mean, YouTube's, it's YouTube, like, it's, you're literally creating videos about yourself or whatever it may be, whatever your niche may be. Which is what I really like about YouTube, because you can connect with anybody on here, and you can connect with people that are struggling with like the same things, whether if it's like anxiety, depression, loneliness, whatever it may be. Like, I'll admit, like, I would say I was lonely from. Actually, I mean, I wasn't really lonely, but like at times, like, you would always like feel lonely. I'm sure like everybody's felt this, where like you don't really know what to say or who to talk to, stuff like that. That's completely okay. There's stuff for that where like you can use like BetterHelp, for example, which is like a therapy thing. But I mean, there's also other stuff, such as just like talking with friends or talking with family. You could always just do that. But the problem with this generation is we might become, well, we become so attached with online stuff and stuff that consumes us, like our energy and whatnot, and it's hard to relive back into your true self, and that's something a lot of people in this generation are struggling with. It's like, especially with like water break, especially if you're what was I gonna say? I don't even know. See, now I forget. So same thing with the last video. I was like, wait, what was I gonna say? And now I forget. That's great. That's great. Anyways, actually, without further ado, I sound like Jacob Jones. I'm going to light up this Dutch Java Fusion Cigarello. Something nice, some light. So yeah, just give me 1 second. Actually, I just realized I can literally just, put my mic on here and then just open it. The reason why I smoke cigarillos is because it's a good conversational thing. I don't really do it for the buzz. I mostly just do it for the conversation. It's a nice relaxation. Some people just want their alone time with that, which is based on like this video, Some people, like, this is one thing that people go to, like, if they're like lonely, or maybe if they're bored, maybe they don't know what to do. I mean, one thing you could do is, pray and stuff like that. Oh, that's great. Well, some stuff just flew out of the way. It's whatever. But a lot of people have their different styles with how to cope with loneliness. This is more so just like me making a video, so it's like, I'm just gonna, might as well just, But a lot of people, like, I remember at one point, like, I was actually like getting like pretty bored with stuff, and I was just like, what should I do? Like, I'm really bored. Like, I was just so bored, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to the park, just maybe smoke a cigarillo. Also, do not smoke if you're under the age of 21. I need to very much put that in my video. If you're over 21, okay, but if you're not, do not. This is performed in a safe environment. I don't feel like putting the text up on the video, so I'm just gonna say it. So, oh, my dog's gonna go inside. Hold up. But yeah, so the one thing I actually wanted to talk about was, so yesterday I actually went to an Adode concert, right? Nice little keychain, nice little travel chain. They're a Japanese singer, which my one friend, he actually just like invited me to go to a concert with them because he didn't want to go by himself. So I was like, yeah, sure, like I'll go. And it was my first concert, and it was actually pretty nice. And I don't really know Japanese, but it was a pretty nice experience. It's like a rock metal pop kind of genre, I would say. I don't know, but yeah. So with this, actually, I'm gonna light this up first. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like, if you ever heard of like Connie Ray Mose or Jacob Woods, not Jacob Woods, Jacob Jones. He they both do like cigarette review stuff. I mean, this is a girl, but like, I'm just talking with her, just like have a conversation. But that's kind of what they do too. But see, like the Dutch Masters, like they're much like smoother compared to the other ones, the backwoods that I smoked the last time, because they're just more tightly packed and whatnot. So the leaf is kind of falling off a little bit, but I mean it's fine. But yeah, so growing up, I've always been, like I said, I've always been into like gaming and stuff. I said this in my last video, but that's kind of a way of loneliness because like a lot of kids, like they have the fortune to, maybe they might grow up in like a nice household and they get involved in stuff such as like sports and maybe like a close friend group, which thankfully I do have a close friend group. It's like, I have a couple of friend groups, but if you're seeing this video, I would say take it as a sign to go out and kind of challenge yourself and really to see what's out there. Whether if it's like saying hi to somebody on the street, just, ask how they are. It can really help with somebody's like self-esteem and stuff like that. And I feel like being lonely, you're kind of trapped in like what to do because you might not have friends to talk to, you might not have family to talk to, you might not have, different things. And it can be a really, hard time. But things you could do to help with it, what I would say, one, you could do therapy. It helps for some people. You could do you could just find like different communities such as like on like YouTube, which would help, like maybe like some self-improvement stuff, which is pretty good. Like there's a lot of channels out there that mention or that are around that kind of topic. Or even if you're just like connecting like with me, like one-on-one, like it's kind of like a conversational thing, kind of like a get to know you thing, and it's to better know the person. And you could even like incorporate these conversations with somebody like your friend, like one of the friends or somebody that you're about to meet or something like that. And yeah, growing up, I would say I was a majority of like more so lonely because I've always spent time just like on like video games and just like speaking with not speaking, kind of like learning stuff in video games, but like it's one way to like kind of like improve like like your skills on gaming, but it doesn't really matter in the end. No, not really. What matters is how you grow yourself, and a lot of people are dealing with the same exact problem, and I would say just go out there. Just like, it sucks to say, but like everybody's lives are going to end at some point, and it really sucks. But building relationships is one of the biggest things that keep you going, and also like building a relationship with God. Like I feel like every day, or well, the past few days, I've been like really focused on what's right and what's which I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you need to convert into a Christian or whatever it may be. And the thing is, like, just building a relationship with God is like your own kind of thing. It's not necessarily have to be a certain religion. Having a relationship with God is kind of, it's really just a relationship with your Father, pretty much, your Heavenly Father. But yeah, which is kind of what I feel like creating this channel it inspired me. So my friend James, he kind of inspired me to create these kind of videos because he wants to also do religious videos where it's like helping people. and helping them with like their journey with God and stuff like that. Me, I would say it's just helping people in general, and it's also like a documentary about like my life and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. The thing is, there's always going to be people out there that are struggling with the same exact thing. And actually, when I went to the Ado concert, Ado, I don't know if I'm saying it right, the concert last night, first off, it was my first concert and it was a really good time. And hey man, if you have an interest like that in like somebody, like a concert, like a music artist, and you're like, yeah, I really want to go. You could go by yourself. I went with my friend. I went to Sweden by myself because it was interest. But like, if you're not like anxious about it, I would say definitely do it. The hard thing is being lonely. You can get a lot of anxiety. So I would say bring a friend or bring somebody that you know, even if it's like a family member. It'll help a lot. And yeah, I feel like. But yeah, in the concert, she even said like she was mentioning like yeah like I was like when I was young like nobody believed in me, nobody really, you know, everybody told me I wasn't really gonna get anywhere with like music and stuff like that, and it's like look at her now, she has like 6 million listeners on Spotify right now, and she's on her second world tour, like this is her second time doing a world tour, and it's pretty amazing. And she even said like whatever your dreams are, like whatever your desires, like whatever you want to be, you can definitely be that. It's just committing to it. It's just putting the effort into it, and you know, really working towards it is like the biggest thing. And also surrounding yourself with people that like, you know, like let's say me working at Wawa, right? I have people that are also working at Wawa, but I also want to be a photographer. I also want to be a YouTuber. Hang out with like YouTubers or hang out with people that are photographers. It'll definitely help with creating that kind of creative headspace for me, and also get me thinking more so like, okay, how can I better myself at this kind of thing? And so that's why I would really encourage you to just like go out there, start meeting new people, start getting out of your comfort zone. You know, even if you might be insecure, even if you might get anxiety doing it, if it's something you want to do, just go out there and do it. It might be a hard thing at first, but one thing I learned, like when I started doing like wedding photography and yeah, that kind of stuff, it was hard for me to like direct because I have, you know, my voice is, for one thing I speak fast, and the other thing is it's hard to kind of hear me because like I have kind of a deeper voice, and but I just kept on doing it, you know. I just kept on working towards it. I was looking at some videos. I looked at a lot of videos on YouTube on how to like you know, pose people correctly, how to communicate better and stuff like that, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's really just about trying and going out there and actually doing it, you know, which is again, it's something I highly encourage because God knows how long we have on here on this earth, you know. We don't know, but He knows for us. So, yeah. It's out. So, my advice to you would be, again, to just go out there and do it. I know I've said this probably like 10 times in this video, but really, because the more time you spend kind of not doing anything and kind of just like being in your own headspace and being lonely, unfortunately, you're kind of just going to be stuck in that headspace, you know? And one way to do it, you know, I would recommend it, would be to kind of turn towards God and see, maybe look up some videos like, oh, how can I further my relationship with God, and how can I, you know, I say that too much. How can I make this work? You know what I mean? Like, I'm still learning. I'm very new to it, you know? And I believe He also did send, you know, He has like disciples, right? He has people that are like, sending His message throughout us, you know? And it's a pretty powerful thing. It really is. And like it really works. Like, I'll tell you this now, it does work. Like, whatever your gut feeling is, it's like, oh yeah, I have this really, I feel like this would be really cool, like really good if I were to further our relationship with photography. Or device overheated. Oh no, I think we're still recording though. But yeah, like whatever that may be, in my eyes, I feel like that's kind of God saying to you, like, this would be great for you. And it can only go better from there, really. So yeah, you really just need to like look past all these different things that's like negative in the world, like such as, I don't know, like brain rot stuff. Like it's all a short-term thing. It's all a short, it's a short pleasure, temporary pleasures. And it's not really something that, it's not gonna last forever. Listen, I'm not the best at talking, but I mean, it'll only become better in my future videos. But pretty much the moral of the story, I know it's kind of like a short video, but pretty much the moral story is if you have something you want to do, just go out and do it. It's what's the worst that's gonna happen? It might not work out. Yeah, but at least you tried, You having that insecurity or you being, nervous, it's kind of, it truly takes you over. And being lonely would really throws you off with that. So surrounding yourself with good people, with the things you want to do is pretty ideal. Whether if you might have to make a sacrifice, Like let's say you're, again, another same example. Let's say you're on TikTok too much. You might have to sacrifice that, in order to better yourself. Like it's only going to be good for yourself, These temporary pleasures just aren't it, And yeah, really reaching out to those people that would help you with it or that would support it is pretty important. The people that will help you with stuff in general. So yeah, so if you get that feeling, I still struggle too with like loneliness at times too. Like don't get me wrong, nobody's perfect, Nobody's perfect. And that's something we all realize at some point. And yeah. So I hope you kind of did learn something from this video. I know I kind of ramble on about like different things here and there. I really do. But yeah, moral of the story is don't be afraid to go out, try something. Don't be afraid to, like if you're lonely, it's okay to be lonely. It really is okay. Like everybody gets lonely. And making an effort to trying to, build relationships and like that would really help you. It really would. Even getting somebody else's advice on like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't really know what to do, Getting somebody else's advice, somebody else's wisdom is very important if you're in this situation, All I hope is the best for you. Another thing I want to mention was if you're feeling lonely, go ahead in the comments and be like, yeah, I'm lonely, and if you would like to connect, hey, I would be down to connect. Like I'll be down to help you, whatever it is you're dealing with. I would love to, help you out, give you some words of wisdom maybe, and being on the spot like this doesn't really it might not be 100% of my thoughts, so because I'm more so of like a deep thinker, so being on the spot like this kind of like throws me off a little bit. So that's why I might be like stumbling over my words. I might be talking too fast. I might be, forgetting about what I'm even talking about. Like, it's because I'm a deep thinker. I really, and I just wander into other places, So I apologize for that. But yeah, so let's say you're dealing with anxiety. And if you're smoking, for one thing, like if you're smoking weed, that's probably a big source of your anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. But it also does depend like how you grew up and stuff like that. And being lonely like that is not fun. Like if you're just kind of stuck in like that kind of habit, it's not fun. And yeah, I'll be there for you in the comments if you need anything. So just let me know. And yeah, I'm looking forward to furthering our relationship. And yeah, with anybody out there. So I'm there for you. Peace. Sorry. Peace.